There's a good baby. There's a good baby, Mr. Wojtek. I love you, Mr. Wojtek. You're such a good boy, Wojtek. Yeah. Yeah. I love him. I love you. Yeah? Yeah, you want to rub up on the microphone? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah, is it your friend? Is the microphone your friend? Yeah. Yeah, you want to kiss the microphone? Yeah, keep kissing the microphone. Oh, I love you. Such a good boy, Mr. Wojtek. Yeah. Well, I just joined into. I'm petting my cat. He's sitting on my lap. Here, I'll put the microphone to him. I don't know if you can hear him. You can definitely hear him bumping the microphone. He's a good boy. Yeah. How you doing, Chris? And a cow. Motherfucking disaster. No, that's only when he, like, tries to attack my nuts. Which he does frequently. Yeah, that's right. You're really mean sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. I just used him as a sweat rag. I'm sorry, buddy. No, he's mad. He's actually really mad about that. Hey, Rio Kiwi. I'm petting my cat more. I still love my cat. He's such a good cat. I'm bouncing him on my knee. Bouncy, 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 bounce. Alright, phone's just buggy as fuck. That's fair. That is fair. Bad habit of blending hello with hello. Hello? This is the German Coast Guard. What are you thinking about? God, we are so fucking close to 500. I'm not normally a numbers guy with that. But I'm normally a numbers guy with that, and that's cool to me. As you can tell, I put zero effort into the thumbnail tonight. Because I looked at the time, realized that I was very far from my computer. Who the fuck has sent me a message that it thinks I need a notification for? Ugh, a friend request. No. Okay. So, have any of you gentlemen or gentlewomen or gentle people, gender neutral, you ever been to one of my lore streams yet? Sorry, this cat's on my arm, so it's really hard to write things. I love you, buddy. Don't worry. Don't be mad. It's okay. Yeah. No, I love it when you're on my arm and make me incapable of typing anything. I love it. It makes me happy. My wrist is definitely not in pain because you're... Fuck, this hurts, man. I'm bouncing them on my arm still because I love them, but I have to type in Google Earth, and this is difficult. I'm a gentle dude, and I haven't been in your lore streams. Okay, cool. So, basically... Oh, God. Oh, it saved our position from last time, too. Regardless. Fuck. When was the last proper lore stream? I did the collab with sambi'el, where I briefly went over mine. But basically, my audience are the newly promoted generals of a fantasy paramilitary group called the 3rd Battalion. No relation to actual battalions. They don't match up in numbers or structure. It's just a marketing term. And, yeah, we basically do little war game simulations with them. Nothing too fancy, like there's no hard rules or anything. Actually, I have a playlist of lore important, don't I? Yeah. So yeah, first one I ever did, I was genuinely fucking proud of it. Still am. Still am, for the record. It says, a show of force, almost. Win this before we act. So this is a full story. Remember I asked about 2 streams ago? Yeah, and I completely sidestepped it because I wasn't thinking, unfortunately. Which I fucking should have been, because I am proud of what we've come up with. So basically, with the siege of Valnheim, my shark had been sent in to destabilize the region. Long story short, he did with a previous one, and instead of getting a promotion, he was told, hey, fucking do it again. But considering the amount of war crimes that had to be committed in order to do that, he decided, you know what, maybe getting high up in an organization that wants us to do all this bad shit might not be the best career path. So naturally, he goes, it's like, hey, these guys are coming, they're gonna fuck you up. I was with them, I'm not now. Here's how we're gonna deal with them. And through a bunch of poorly written coincidences, long story short, shit worked. So then I got the audience together, and I had different people suggesting different methods, playing as the bad guys, to take this place down. They ended up going with good old General Blackthorn's plan, which was to go through the worst possible route, down a path that was constantly ambushed, go to the front gates and knock them down. Instead of, oh, I don't know, maybe a multifaceted assault where we'd go with some sea routes. Hey, Jordan. I'm alright. And, fuck, I'm trying to remember the one. We did a look over all of the other battles, or like possible other battles. Actually, wait, shit, that one that we were just on. Yeah, this one, they were like, yeah, we'll have someone come up for scouting, but then it's just a diversionary force. The bulk of it will come through here. We'll have one contingent go through here, and we'll set up a base camp here to resupply troops on their way to the front lines of this. And that was cool. And then I was like, you know what? I could have gone with a boat or from the sides. Yes, you could have. And some of the strategies were to do that. And even brought in someone for negotiating with a rival kingdom. Let's see, is this where?
I promised my dolphins could play with.
What the fuck?
Oh, by the way, some of my military are armored dolphins.
What the fuck? Okay, okay.
They're great fishermen. They, on their off time, they will catch the...
You probably can't read or can't hear any of that, but it's a good time. That's all it comes down to. It was a very good time. And it was like, okay, since I've been a part of this organization, I would say that I would have a good view of what the possible tactics were. I set up my defenses, and I won the negotiation, so I got protection on the sea route and these things. Is quiet for you guys, yeah. Streamlabs is not great software. And then I had us vote. We were tied until good old Kaz Cassidy came in and was like, yeah, Blackthorn sounds cool. So we went with the only plan that in the simulations of it actually failed. The rest of them would have kicked my ass. Captain M would have actually destroyed me. Like, that was my favorite plan. Because, like, the original, I was thinking in my head, okay, whatever. But then the way the person who ran it was Megatronia. They had an amazing fucking plan of, like, my whole thing was I'd have a guy here and I'd see an army approaching and my exact orders were burn the fucking bridge. And then all of these guys in the tree lines, it was like, okay, we're going to go and attack, or we're going to pursue and attack the first group. Well, Meg was like, okay, well, we send a couple of war horses out. And they go, they trigger all of the fucking ambushes I had, because, spoiler, we don't got fucking walkie-talkies or anything. And that's like, yeah, march the rest as a group. It was fucking perfect. Oh, hi, Meg! And yeah, would have been able to take, or the element of surprise was all I fucking had. So destroying that left me completely open. And then after that, it's just a matter of time, you know? That was perfectly timed, yeah. So this is what the attack with Blackthorn ended up looking like. Went up, these guys here, kicked asses here, definitely died. Blackthorn was like, fuck it, we'll cut down some trees to make a battering ram to go through the door. That's right where I had several guys. So, that didn't work out too well. then they get along this straight here. That's when they get the 4-way ambush. And then with that, plus the fire coming down from there, we're able to take them out. And everything that happens in these fucking streams is canon. Other than, if some guy comes in and he's like, hey, you're dumb, then no, that didn't happen. You get what I mean. So the 3rd Battalion came in, and due to the fact they didn't set up a supply line, they just wanted a quick in and out, take care of these guys, and, occupy. No. So that one didn't go too well. But that actually works in chat's favor because a character that they fucking loved, Mr. Poop, was lead of security at the castle, so he was going to die if they succeeded. I didn't explicitly tell them that. Then I had a whole thing where it's like, okay, here is your potential army. Here's the different people who have brought up their different, their different army compositions. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, here's what we got. And somebody was like, hey, can we have, giants, maybe? I'm like, you know what? We could probably contact some subcontract. That'll work. Hey, can we get rat launchers? What the fuck is a rat launcher? Is this stream also canon? If I make the progress that I'm hoping to and properly, get to the point of it, yes, it will be. As soon as the battle map is on board, everything that happens. And any decisions made by chat are the decisions that are made by the 3rd. Hey, Leo. Good to see you, bud. Don't worry about that above my head. That's just Streamlabs being shitty software. Long story short, they were going to go with Plan 2, which had none of the stupid units like trained bears or clowns or land sharks or giant enemy crabs. They went for number 3, which actually worked really well. The objective was to provide relief for this town of Eship, which is based... The layout of it is based off the actual town of Mayo in the Yukon. In fact, if I search up Mayo, you can kind of see how one might find similarities. Nothing's fucking perfect. I drew this by hand in 15 minutes, and I am a dog shit artist, so don't expect anything good. But it did work out. So yeah. This time around, chat was actually pretty united on how they wanted to deploy things. And I ended up stepping in because if we were going bit for bob, then we'd never get fucking through it. So I was like, hey, here is my genuine advice on this. Do we want to take it? They said yes, so we went for it. Enemy had a main base camp up here. And firing lines from here, they were going to move in. They had smaller contingents ready to fight and a secondary camp there. We used the giants to get across the river. They carried the artillery. We fired ballistas at this camp right here and then sent a crew in behind them to kick the shit out of them as well. It worked out wonderfully. And Again, my character, the shark, is currently on the run from these fuckers. I was in this little hidden camp here that they didn't find out about till they sent guys through here. And we were like, okay, negotiations open. You can try to kill these guys. You can talk. What do you want to do? And they were like, hey, bygones are bygones. You guys serve under us. Let's kill these fuckers and save the town. So they effectively doubled their operating force with the negotiations, and we were able to fucking steamroll the back line. And then it eventually ended up where we, what was it? Oh yeah, they also set the demon crabs out, or enemy crabs. And long story short, they surrounded them and killed literally fucking everyone. So it worked out. And then they were like, you know what? You guys are under arrest now. They can pay with their labor. So, yeah. So the shark is now in a prison convoy on the way back to the capital. However, with today's stream, that has been sidetracked because you, as the generals of the Third, have received a missive. High priority, get over here before anything else. And that is, Emma brother might show up soon. I like that. Traffic was a venereal disease-ridden horde. Jesus Christ, Wilku! Okay. I wish I was there. Would have pushed for some sort of probationary program. Now, I will say, chat had the option of, in Discord, I gave them the option of, let me just scroll a lot. I was like, hey, what do we want to do with the captive traders? Termination of contract effective immediately? Fucking kill everyone. Nope. Demotion to labor force, slave labor essentially. Physical reassignment, which none of you did, which means I have to introduce this plot point another way. And in hindsight, this is a much, much better way. But assign sensitivity training and reintegrate them. So these guys who have fought against you in a previous conflict, you're like, you know what? It's a lot cheaper to just say, fuck it. As long as you're not gonna fuck around now, you're back, you get your job, let's continue as normal. Yeah, they wanted sensitivity training. So, as per requested, we have trained the trader's fingers to be less sensitive via candles. So thank you. We also had a private vote on how to, or innovation to suggest. We had a couple decent ideas. Barrel rollers, which we modified to be a, what is it? A barrel pavis crew. And, you know, Meg was like, hey, we should have mages construct a Warhammer 40k Dreadnought, which is fucking cool. And now that I think about it, it's going to come into play similarly to the, long story short, super soldier thing that Wilku has thought of. So, I like where you guys' heads are at. So, the way we're going to do this is we have a whole Earth in front of us. Where would you like to go? No, this is not how the, what is it? This is not how the Earth looks in our universe. This is purely, I get a place and I base a landscape off of the general area. That's it. Hey, Folsom Prison. You can say, fucking throw me, fucking west of Mexico City. And I'll be like, okay, this is what we got to work with. Or you could be like, hey, let's go to the dead center of Greenland. And I'll say, fuck you, that's just white. What the fuck? Oh, and while Valnheim was from a map that I made when I was a lot younger, the picture used in the thumbnail for the video was Polar Bear Provincial Park. Worcester, Massachusetts. The Zaku. Oh. Now, I will say, City Central. We do want to... In fact, I should have started with this. The area that we will be going into is essentially the aftermath of a siege. So, out of taste, I'm going to avoid major city centers. But we can do something in this area. Detroit, Michigan. No. Fucking Spencer. God, these layouts suck. Oh, no, 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 no. Do not allow my location, Jesus Christ. Holy fuck, I almost peed. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. Scottish Highlands. All right. That I can work with. Which one's Scotland again? Glasgow and Edinburgh. Okay. So let's find... Ooh. Lokranok. Ben McDwee. Okay, I guess we'll turn it on to clean for now. And let's see what we can find. We got a mountain pass. That's not a bad idea. Fuck, I do like that mountain pass back there. You know what? Oh, what have we found here? Okay, I do need to put on a fucking map. Lubgroy? Is that just... that just one fucking house? Ledbeg. Is that just a stone quarry and that's it? Oh, sorry. There's one more fucking house. What the fuck? Boner Bridge. We have found Boner Bridge. The Boner Bridge goes across Kyle Sutherland. Tulloch. Bulbear. I don't like bulbears. They're not fun to fight. What area is this? Scottish Highlands. Actually, just Scotland in general. I'm trying to find a part that is in the Highlands that also still has... You know what? Let's fuck the King Ussy. I'm fine with that. You know what? Boom. Whole different ballgame. Is it a drawbridge by chance? I like where your head's at. So, let's use our good old friend, the snipping tool, to grab our King Ussy. Grab our King Ussy. Thank you. And we'll open up Krita. Do I have any? No, I don't. That's fine. So, oops. File. Is it edit? Yeah, paste as reference image. Okay. So, we've got this whole area. And What's... The fuck is this tool? How is that different from... Oh. Oh, it takes out the little thingies. The Loveland Froge. I love the Loveland Froge. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to fill this whole area with this. Oh, sorry. And we're going to make a gradient like that. Simple enough. Okay. Now, we start off with the river. Now, we want a bit brighter for our river. And we're going to have it going across the north. It comes down. It does a little zigzag. That definitely does not look like a river. But you know what? That's fine. We're going to have this go into a fucking reservoir or something. And my cat just twitched really fucking hard. Yeah, that's definitely how those look. And then we're going to have fucking, as you do, huge tracts of land. Oh my god, I did it on the wrong fucking layer too! Ah! Is Wojtek okay? I assume so. Also, we need some fucking music in the background. Because as much as I love hearing myself talk, I do it too much. If anybody's got any other ideas for, like, video game music to put in the back, let me know. Oh god, that's loud. Okay. So this layer is just putting in the farmland. Good enough for now. That'll be serviceable. So now, we've got the main problem with the King Ussi. Night music, it brings my inner night out. Yep, and we will. We're just getting the world taken care of first. Insert, paste as reference image. Okay, and the reason we are doing this is so that we can grab more colors. So, we will have this is all just road. I'm not a city planner. Never have been. Okay. So we shall cooketh in the art of fleeing. I don't know how I feel about this one. Honestly, that might be our best bet. Extreme Power PS1. I might have to give that one a look. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Okay, so also, okay, we're on bristles 4. Sure, that'll work. Now we're going to square up this guy. I'm just drawing city blocks as actual fucking blocks. And then we also have our city well. Oh, it just cuts off like that. That's nice. Sure. You know what? This place is so fucking rich, they have 2 wells. What is this one? Oh! You can make a swastika pretty easily with this. I don't want that. well inspector. So. This is going to be Objective Alpha. Now, this is going to be pretty much no strategy involved. This is purely... I don't know what this is. This is more storytelling than anything. Like, we are not putting in an army. We are attempting to look at what has happened here and figure out how the fuck whoever was here survived or died. Is Derek involved? If you want him on this operation, absolutely. Because it is the same group. Like, you guys are coming in. Okay. This is gonna be the dead layer. Where we're... Actually, dead opponent and dead third. So. I'm just gonna put general areas. Phostein's at the ready. Good. And you know what? With this part, I'm gonna go back to this one just so I can be like, there is a courtyard that you must pass through. With a gatehouse. Two gatehouses, we'll say. Okay. Is this playing the same fucking one again? No. You can't do that. No! Why? Fucking Sticker Brush Symphony. I don't give a shit. We are almost fucking ready to play the basic game. Okay. Dead op 2. Apparently that's 3. So, yeah. These pink ones are going to be a fucking problem. And you will understand soon enough. We're actually going to remove that because none of these fuckers actually died. Hone in on the one thought, bounce off each other's ideas. That's fucking correct. Okay. What are the pink? You're going to find out. Now, I initially was going to straight up hire an artist, and then I was going to display the thing on screen with it. But I didn't think that through. So I'm not gonna. Oh yeah. It's that time. All right. Let me just get this place. All right. So, 3rd Battalion. You have received a message from High Command. I gotta turn this fucking music down. Give me a second. Also, did I put it on loop? Because we're fucking looping this. Sorry, this is my favorite fucking song. Alright. So, you have received a message from High Command on your way back while transporting the prisoners you've captured at the town of Eship. That, a little bit of, an operation to the northeast has hit a bit of a snag. But they did seem to send a messenger out. And he said something along the lines of, hey, we're on our last legs. We need a fucking hand. Now, you prepared yourself for a fight, but as you get closer, this is you. It seems that the fighting's done. It is now your objective to figure out what happened here. Who attacked them? Why? And are there any survivors? So, I have set up a couple of objective points. In reality, I should probably Delta Echo. This will be Foxtrot. Yeah, you can definitely see that. I probably should have picked a much better font, but I didn't, so fuck you. Alright. 3rd, what do you want to do? You've started here. You've noticed on your walk And you know what? We will take Leo's idea. We set up a base camp out in the clearing here. And we're sending a small team. The small team takes, they go towards the main entrance at Bravo. And they go in. In 5 minutes, they return. And they tell you that without having gone into the buildings, nothing alive is out there. Is there any high ground to get a view over the wall? Unfortunately, no. We will say that this area up top is higher ground. However, with the distance, it'll be a tough sell. You know what? Fuck it. We got time. Or do we? Do you guys want to send a scout up there? With a telescope? Or do you want to send some people in? Or go in yourself, more like. I'm going to assume, while I wait for an answer, because I know my stream does take its sweet time. Not you guys, like the stream itself. We send a scout up. It is possible. The scout takes a view. And, from his position, the report he gives you is that he recognizes a lot of our guys' bodies and uniforms laying in the streets of the town and the clearings of it. This watchtower here has been completely destroyed. And he notices where these pink things are what seems to be a mass of shields. Our shields. As if corpses have been piled high. He can only get a view on this one, this bottom one here. Again, he does not see any movement other than crows, maybe a couple coyotes. Just animals. Any smell? Yes. In fact, as the wind turns your way, you've only gotten the message a day or two ago. But with that smell, this shit's been decaying for weeks. If we do go in, I'd hold a small reserve force at the base camp, in case we run into weird surprises inside. I like that idea. At least until the area is secured. Yep. So, what will you do now? You can see 2 points of entry. Bravo and Charlie. Bravo seems to have a mass of enemy corpses. Again, you will have to inspect some of the enemy corpses to figure out who attacked and why. The thing that killed your troops must be something that's civil. Nothing uncivil would stack bodies. Possibly. I guess, yeah, they wouldn't want to be walking around the dead like that. That's a very good point. You can see from your vantage point that behind the gates of Point Charlie, there's a couple enemies, but mostly your guys. Clearly caught unaware. It seems there was a... Well... We could yell out for survivors, but that could backfire. That is true. What would you like to do? Somebody pull the trigger. Uncivilized things won't stack bodies. No, I'm agreeing with you. I agree with you. Alright, Sergeant Sam. Which entrance are we going from? Bravo or Charlie? Or are we yelling as we're on the path? I'd go for Charlie. Close enough to the camp, seems easy to access. That is true. And since this is an atypical entrance, this could give us an insight to the enemy's capabilities. That's a good plan. So, we head on to Point Charlie. We start yelling. We yell a bit more. Anyone out there? Anything? And it's quiet. Okay, I'm gonna move this off screen. If the enemies hear you yelling, we're cooked. That is true. But it's not seeming that anything's out. Now, as you walk over the first of the fallen, you notice this isn't your typical rebel militia. They're human, but they're of an armor type you've never seen. And every single one of them coated in, not coated in steel, but full steel plate, heavy as it gets. Whoever came here for war. With most militaries, you'd find some sort of variety among the troops, but doesn't seem to be. At least not here. The wreckage seems that they blasted their way in. While gunpowder is technically a thing in this universe, it is not commonplace. We are dealing with an opponent that knows how to utilize it as blasting charges. Your guys didn't stand a chance. Heavy shock troops, at least here. That's correct. Extremely heavy armor. Fully identifies them as civil beings. Yeah. As you step through the Charlie Gate, you see ahead of you, line after line, another mass of bodies. Yours and theirs mingled together. Seems some of theirs tried to get around. You can see that at the south side. Doesn't seem they made it all the way. The smell gets worse. Much worse. We're doing our lore stream. So we step further in. What would you like to investigate? Just explaining the game. But, yeah. The green lines are our movement as we investigate. The blue lines are deceased friendlies. The red are deceased enemy. And the pink, we're figuring that out. Seems there's just as many dead on both sides. Something happened here. Are there any clues outside the town, like where the enemy may have assembled or arrayed their forces for the siege? I want to get an idea of what support or equipment they may have brought with them. That's a good idea. Well, like on the way to Charlie Point. From what your scouts have told you, and that, it seems they came in from this direction, from the west. And it seems that the defenders on the wall must have seen them because on their approach, there are many, many dead. should investigate the bodies. See if there's some living. Alright. Well. You check the initial group. 0 signs of life, 0 chance. Your medic doesn't bat an eye. You check the center engagement. You find some of the enemy on the brink, but nothing that even your healing mages could save. The enemies that you find here you do notice that how do I put this? It seems a lot of them were making a mad dash. Like, they came in through the gate and started sprinting this way towards the other gate. But as far as you can tell, there's none of their dead on the other side of the opponents here. So you're unsure why they were running that way, if not to just confront this other force. The smell gets worse. Your line of troops up here didn't fare well. When the gates burst, you can tell they held their own, but the enemy massive steel was too much for them. They fought well. At Point Echo, you failed to find any survivors again. Down enemy forces, and the enemy's approach to the west. See if anything stands out. Your search to the west reveals... well, it reveals tracks. And not of the sort that you thought. These corpses were running away from the battle. You can also see, at least from the scratches in the ground, where wheeled artillery may have turned around. You were unsure of why they died while they were leaving, if they had won the battle. Unfortunately, your attempts to coerce information out of any enemies on the brink have been for naught. They appear to have been too far gone. That is until you find this one. You find him a groaning mess. Unable to walk, move for that matter. And despite him standing or laying beside the road, his arm appears to have been completely crushed by something. You are unsure of what. As he sees you approach, the only thing he can manage is a hoarse scream. He passes out. Your medic checks him. He still has a pulse, so he could still be useful. You have him carted back to the base. The forward operating base. There's a higher danger that can... Are there markings on the walls or road that could show signs of trouble? Of a struggle? As you step towards the gate, is there a way to tell if the forces down in the west and the forces at Charlie are from the same group? Same uniform. However, you do notice that some of the enemies down here seem to have thrown off the heaviest parts of their gear. You don't know if it was damaged or whatever, or if they just needed the weight gone. There are arrows littered in their backs. As you approach the gate, the smell is incomprehensibly awful. Fuck off. My cat's here. As you approach Point Bravo, you thought you saw a stack of bodies. It turns out you did not. What you see it's humanoid. It's covered in armor. It has your crest on it, the 3rd Battalion. It's been covered in a tight wool knit, but it seems it's been ripped open, likely by weapons. And you deduce that is where the horrible smell is coming from. This humanoid figure, when standing, you believe would have been around 12 feet tall. This is not a normal man. Its head is again covered by that same woolen knit. There are holes cut for the eyes, one for the mouth. And the armor seems to have been taken from multiple damaged suits of armor and stuck together for it. Its breastplate is made of 4 regular human breastplates forge welded together. It is covered head to toe in armor. That is possible, Ryukiwi. That is very possible. As it stands, you cannot tell who it was trying to kill. From this position, you notice the entryway to several houses has some of the dead in front. Does it seem hostile? It's dead. Is there anyone we recognize among the bodies? Good question, but unfortunately no. That said, you do recognize several insignia denoting ranks. You notice a field commander has died on the very front lines. You notice it seems an oddly high amount of high-ranking officers have died in the engagements. While it isn't uncommon for them to stand with their men, typically, when push comes to shove, management staff are relocated to be best protected. What do you do next? Places remaining to check are if you want to see any of these corpses outside, if you would like to check in the civilian residential section, or if you'd like to enter the castle courtyard. We've examined these, so I'll just mark them up. Your soldiers asked if they can burn the body. The big one. Are the bodies of both enemies and our troop organized by any pattern like rank or class? You do notice different helmet shapes for several different enemy units. You conclude that's likely a denotion of rank, but you don't know for sure. Our troops typically have the rank on the front right breast and center back. You step to the civilian sector. You weren't sure what you expected, but nevertheless you are disappointed. Seems the enemy broke through. And while there are corpses of theirs outside, it is nothing compared to the losses inside. You count 14 of your own and 120 non-combatants. You notice the further in that the enemy gets, the more guttural the damage is on them. Blades and broken spear hafts turn to blunt impacts. You swear you even notice a teeth mark on one. You do recognize You do recognize a cellar in the corner. The cellar is locked. You knock on the door. You hear someone shudder. Your team bashes open the lock. Inside, you find 35 non-combatants. They are alive. They're young, but they are alive. You instruct your team to clear out the bodies on the way to the outside before you remove them from the area. your medical team takes the lead. Most of them are still in shock. It'll be a bit before you can get an answer out of them. Best to continue for now. Good find. That leaves the courtyard. As you head to the courtyard, you notice a very unfortunately familiar smell. The same one you smelled up near the gate. It gets stronger. That is exactly what they do, Leo. They are escorted back to the main camp. And they are shown every bit of kindness you can spare. You notice that the gates to the courtyard have been opened. Not smashed, not busted through, opened. Inside is an intermingling of corpses of either side, in what was likely one of the last brutal struggles. You step further into the courtyard. You notice that the watchtower has been blasted. Similar scorch marks to Point Charlie. What direction were the bodies there? Good question. From what you can gather, the majority of the attackers that died in this section... Do we have weapons? You have weapons and a full defense team. You are prepared. As you step further in... Oh, sorry. The enemy was, at this section, largely trying to force their way in. It seems that some of the debris from the tower blocked off a large part of this area. Your men spend a good hour cleaning it, enough for you to get your way through. Inside, you notice the smell again. And there are 3 of those monstrosities. All deceased, with what you estimate to be 200 enemy combatants down around them. The smell is unbearable, and your men beg to burn the bodies. You notice that a small contingent of yours have died protecting this guardhouse. You notice blast marks in the ground. And you can infer that the enemy was trying to blast the tower down as well. They were not successful. Make sure to have a clear path back out before going further in. Understood. Your men clear a much larger path for you. Check what's in the tower. One of your men takes the lead. Climbs up the ladder of it. Gets to the top. Goes in. And you hear the shout, "We've got a live one!" You notice, thank you, they escort him down from the tower, and he is drunk off his ass. Even as he stands before you with a half-assed salute, he's still holding a bottle in one hand. His uniform's dinged up, but it seems he spent most of the fight in the tower. His crossbow has a... Excuse me. The bow section of his crossbow has been snapped. Your medic team escorts him back to the camp as they wait for him to sober up. He does not smile. What's the lad's name? Warren. His name's Warren. You notice as they're walking him out, he salutes the massive corpses. Or maybe the 3 large ones. One second. You notice more of your men died, making a defense. You notice a lot of your men died on the last defense of the castle. Make sure you get them a cord. hope so.
Is the buttons on?
Sorry about that. We're going to wait for him to sober up. We'll finish our investigation here, and then we will reconvene with the survivors we have. You notice more enemy corpses on the way in. And as you step in, a valiant last stand. And it appears that this is where the final assault was halted. 2 more monstrosities. Fallen, defending the flanks. This one died with an enemy's arm clutched in its grasp. Crushed in his grasp. Stop it, buddy. My fucking cat! Come on, I'm trying to have a serious moment. They didn't break through. And as you investigate the castle, you find more. Rooms locked. When you knock, you hear gasps. One by one, you make your presence known. You count 40. 40 survivors. Some yours, some civilian, some political. They'll live. They're going to live. You also find among them a live one. It stands between you and several civilians. It holds its axe out defiantly. It's like the others, covered in a kit bash of armor. And underneath, it seems everything is covered with a tight woolen knit. As you step near it, it looks at you. You make eye contact with it. It lowers its axe. It looks at its right hand and clumsily forces it into a salute. The creature salutes you. It doesn't smell. In fact, you swear you can smell almost mint and sage. At ease, you say. It takes a moment, but it lowers its arm. The arm hangs limp. Maybe a golem of sort. Maybe. You ask it to stand down and give it a report. The creature takes its axe and scrapes a line in the floor. It then steps on the line. It puts its hand over where it thinks its heart is. Its arms fall limp again. It stares at you. The civilians behind it seem relieved that you're here, but they don't seem afraid of it. Where it thinks its heart is. You hear a scuffle down the hallway. Seems your security team has found one of the survivors who is a little less than cooperative. You recognize his uniform. He works for you. He's a mage, specifically specialized in healing. One of the higher ranking ones. Your second in command steps in the room, eyes the thing up and down, looks back to you. And he asks who you would like to speak to first. We should talk to the mage. All right. You have your team sit the mage down with you in an otherwise empty room. And this is where I get my acting shoes on. Yeah. It takes him a moment, but he eventually calms his breathing enough. He keeps looking down at his hands and fiddling with his palms and fingers, and he looks to you, gives a bitter laugh. He's like, hey, we held the line, didn't we? He shakes his head. Looks back up. I was supposed to save lives, huh? We were here on a fucking parade duty. Just a publicity thing. You know, we go around, parade some big weapons, shoot a cannon, pour in 20 grand to give the town a party, people are happy, and they continue to pay taxes for another month or fucking whatever. We found a couple of them. Scouts we figured out later, but weird fucking horses. And they overnight, there's hundreds of them, and we... Fuck. Again, we were here for a fucking parade. didn't have any of our real shit. Like, sure, the armor's armor, but those big suits aren't made for any sort of prolonged combat. Then again, those fuckers were wearing something heavier and didn't seem to bother them. We're out here for 8 weeks. Weird horses. Yeah, I never seen that sort of armor on them. But we sent word home, never got a reply back, and we tried to hold them off. We tried to negotiate, and they just you send a guy out unarmed and they just kill him right then and there. We were out of options. So we used what we had to. A couple of our guys got almost... Who killed him? Didn't seem to be anyone special. Just one of their rank and file. A few of our guys got pretty badly hurt in the blast. It was clear they weren't going to make it. They offered. That thing. That thing holds 4 different ranks. And each one of them knew what they had to do. We don't know who attacked us. No military we've seen. I spent a week forcing arm to arm, flesh with flesh that didn't match. Fusing it with any sort of mana I had left. Did anyone make it? Other than this. I don't know who the fuck Warren is, but if he stayed upright, things good in my book. I don't know what happened in that fucking courtyard, but the sound of it and the smell. The magic can't reverse decay, it can only slow it. The mage doesn't seem to know who Warren is. There were survivors in them. Good. Good. And what about the, you know, the houses? Anyone? Please, tell me someone. There's 5 of you fuckers here. Say something. Oh, thank fuck. Nobody else, eh? Well, if there's a heaven, they'll be there. Fuck. Small group of ours, after they ended up locking themselves in with our 3, whatever we'd call them. After the noises, I guess some of them started running. And of course I look out the window to see one of them ripping through their ranks as they tried to run. Along with a small squadron of ours. Felt good to be on the offensive, even if it was only for a bit. Found some children, few adults, including some of our men. Good. Good. Look. I know... I know what you see standing out there is unrecognizable, but he knows what he is. Just promise me you'll treat him well. And if you can't, then just make it quick. God knows he's hurting enough. We all are. Fuck. Good. I don't know his name. Or, I don't know which name is his. Hell, maybe he's got a couple. Wouldn't that be something? Is there anything else you would like to ask the mage? Or would you like to ask some of the other survivors? It seems Warren is sobered up a little. Alright. You go to Warren next. He brushes himself off. Salutes you. Kind of lowers the salute. Shakes his head a little. Throws up. Stumbles back to his feet. Sir. Yep. Does he have any idea of where any more possible survivors might be hiding out? Good question. Well, you checked all the rooms, right? The rooms in here? Yeah? Okay. Well, we said our best. It wasn't a lot of guys, but I mean, we could only cram so many people to defend any sort of civilians who hadn't had the chance to hunker down the castle with us. It seemed a lot of them took the hey, fucking evacuate as a hey, go pack stuff and then evacuate. Hey, I don't know if anyone made it out. I hope they did. A couple of my buddies, actually, the squad I was in beforehand, we were best goddamn crossbow brigade we had. And, they took one of the big guys and started chasing after whatever they could find. Seems they started running after all the chaos in the courtyard. I don't blame him. Fuck, I want to do. The higher danger. Okay, breaking character. What do you mean higher danger? It's often the case when it comes to evacuations. That is true. Creatures. Well, you might have noticed, the foot of my tower was a bunch of good guys. They, well, they saw what happened to the guys before and didn't want that happening. We carted off whatever wounded we could, but, I mean, look at this fucking place. You think anyone's gonna survive more than a day with their legs blown off? No. So the quote-unquote healer decides, hey, I have an idea. Let's get the guys who can't do anything, who are gonna die anyway, and make them die in an infinitely worse way. And you know what? It fucking worked, because there wouldn't have been a single one of us standing otherwise. Fuck, that one in the middle, he was still alive by the end of the fight. I fired the bolt to kill him. The thing was crying the whole time. No words. Just a scream it couldn't make. Healing magic's some fucked up stuff, man. Like, sorry, sir, it's, getting ahead of myself. But, you know, you just... I know it's fucked of me to say this when I'm fresh out of combat, but sometimes shit's supposed to die. Those things were supposed to die. And I feel sorry for them that they can't. The one at the gate was 2 guys I knew. Been through a lot. Fuck. Oh my god, cat. Shut the fuck up. I love you. Come here. No, come here. You get the fuck over. No, you want to keep meowing in the middle of my fucking monologue where I'm fucking playing a character? You get in here. You be part of the scene. There we go. This is my cat, Raymond. He was also in the crossbow tower with me. That's right. Raymond here is just... Yeah, he's just beeping away. Raymond reloaded the crossbow for me while I fired. We had 2 crossbows. I'd fire, he'd reload. That's how we did it. I might still be a little drunk. Yeah, you're happy you're part of the fucking lore now, buddy? Yeah. I already forgot what I named the cat. It wasn't Rupert, was it? No. Reginald? Rogueport? Raymond! Raymond with a D at the end, you're right. You're a good boy, Raymond. Yes, you're a very good boy. So. Yeah. These things are fucked up, but they, I mean, you saw the courtyard. I haven't seen power like that. Not from our bodies. Is there anything you would like to ask him? Not Raymond, the Warren. Good boy, Raymond. Good boy, Wojtek. The cat with a helmet. You know what? Yep. That is canon. That happens. Raymond the crossbow cat. They're a dynamic duo. Yeah, one loads a crossbow, the other shoots. That's how a Pavis crew works. Technically, it's 3 guys, I think. Well, if that's all the questions for Warren. Timing, the way they moved. Kids made it. Good. Good. And it means we did it for something. I can live with that. They didn't wait for any special time or anything. Like normally you'd attack maybe as it's evening or bright and early. You don't try a full-on assault middle of the day. That's what they did. It was weird, their warriors didn't come bearing weapons. Instead, they had a huge cart that each man went and grabbed a weapon from as they were about to charge in on us. I didn't get a good look at the way they blasted things apart. Actually, that's not true. At the bottom of my tower, it seems they were throwing these little boxes at us. We learned pretty quick that those boxes would burst. If you see any bits of armor stuck in the wall, just know they came from the bravest guys we had. Sir, with all due respect, do they seem to know the town's weak points? This is generally a pretty peaceful area. They didn't really go for a weak point. Like, they seem to just pick a fucking wall and blast it. They came from the west. They blew a hole in the east side, farthest away from the castle. I don't know who the fuck does that. It's not even a castle, it's just a keep, but still. If they blew in from the west side, they could have had us right then and there. The fuck can they take down a wall? If they had more of those boxes, I don't know what we've done. Can we inspect the tower the boxes blew up? It's not too much with it. Noticed blast marks. A couple things that burned. They came knowing the town would be fully defended, even with the parade in the middle of the day. Maybe. I'm not sure if they knew much about the town at all. Like, they only started going for the civilian area after they noticed some of our guys running in. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to say thank you so much for the controller. You didn't have
Oh,
to do
good.
that, man.
Nah.
If I owe you anything, let
Nope, you don't.
Are you sure?
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah. Oh, they... It seems that the tower was blown apart by throwing those boxes at the supports. You notice from the wreckage that it's clear there were some archers up in the top, so they knew it was a threat and they knew how to take it down. Your men attempt to get some answers out of the kids. Unfortunately, they're far too traumatized at this time to provide much for any sort of meaningful counsel. Any unexploded ordnance. You will have your men look around and see. That could be a very useful tool. My final question for you is, what do we do with the surviving behemoth? He doesn't smell bad. Although you glean from Warren, it's because they noticed the rot and decided to pack any sort of aromatic herbs, spices, whatever in there, just to keep it from being painfully obvious that something's wrong. Seems they did anything they could to forget what they were working with. We let it be until we understand enough. Understood. My second question. What do you assign to it? What do you make it do in the meantime? Does it follow? Does it stand guard? Do you have it do labor? I think, based on the current situation, the plan would be to meet up with that contingent that followed the enemy. And we would take the civilian with us. Black as houses, right? That's correct. What do we do with the surviving enemy prisoner? We'll figure him out. One more final sweep for survivors, if there's a sewer. There are 2 wells. Unfortunately, there is nothing down there alive. That is a great call. Split from C. Oh, Kraken, we're not doing the violence currently. We're doing an after action thing. Basically, we got sent in to figure out what the fuck happened here. These red and blue and pink, those are all corpses. Yeah. When the prisoner does wake up, we will interrogate him to the best of our abilities. You lower someone into the well and they find water. But I think that is a mission complete. What does the water taste like? Botulism! I don't fucking care! Throwing a rock down each well to see if someone went, ow. Nah, there's nobody. Little Timmy didn't fall down the well. So, the operation is now over. I'm breaking character and shit. I want to know, what the fuck do we call this? I didn't give this location a name. Living water says out. That's true. They don't cooperate. Advanced interrogation might be regretfully necessary. And the tactics will be regretfully mine. Because initially, I was planning on this place being called Dwarvik, but that's a dumb fucking name. One sec, tracking's off. I'm gonna see if I have any others that are... Dwarvik. Yeah, Dwarvik is not going to be the one. Cottontail. Fuck no. We make up names here. So this place is based off of King Ussi. I don't know if King Ussi is what we want. Oops. Creepy name for the incident. You know what? That's a good idea. Middle nowhere. Fuck's sake, no. Actually, I'm going to show you how I unironically came up with names for almost everything that I have fucking... Well, everything that I've made names for. Except Valnheim and Eship. Okay, so most things I've made in D&D things. I get a fucking gibberish generator. Is this it? Yeah. So, I'm going to copy and paste a bunch of chat messages. No, we're not doing the fucking Black Parade. And then we go number 2. Maybe 3. Let's see. Nah, 2. Theronel, Thexer, Wathany, Hans, Kogat, I do like Kogat. Lerdvig? Nah, I don't like that. This is literally how I've done it. It's that or fucking translating words, but I don't want to do that. Corporal L will appear soon. LEROSAR. Oh shit, LEROSAR is pretty good. Kokonog. Mozafor. Oh, Mozafor would actually countery. Coolest. Pondasset. Teat. Pardon Shart. Yeah. I'm going to go LEROSAR. The poop star. We're going to call it the OMEN of LEROSAR. Scimitar and a bladed shield. Okay, so he's like really breaking standard military procedure. I'm okay with that. That whole thing was... wow. So, for any of you who saw this, pick a name or throw one out here that fits the vibe. A bailiff. A seneschal. A magistrate. A roundsman. A mace bearer. Or, that's supposed to say reeve, not reese. A huissier. A hundredman. An alderman. A proctor. A Shylock. A liegeman. An adherent. A pursuivant. An evictor. A custodian. A peacekeeper. Or a peacemaker. Wilku still says hundredman. And honestly, I'm leaning towards that. How many are there? Well, not 100, but... oh, of those things? Currently that you know of, there are only 2. That are still alive. But depending on your actions, there may be more. I meant words. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Adjutant. I'm not going to go with that one, but that is a cool idea. Commandant was the one you added. But which do you feel fits it? What was a Shylock? I was doing research, but... What the fuck? Oh, that's a slur. What the fuck? I was just looking on a thesaurus site for things that worked with bailiff. Oh, God. Well, we're going to fucking remove that. My apologies. That is not great. Wow. Fuck that. I was considering going for that word too because it sounds like a cool word. Like flintlock, but he's shy because they're literally incapable of talking. But flintlock because flintlock rifle because at this point they're power. Like that would have been. But no, I would definitely not be racist with that. So we are not calling them that. Peacemaker? Peacemaker or hundredman? Okay. The third would definitely use it. That's the thing. I don't know if the third would. Because it's incredibly fucked up to another level. But if it's phrased the correct way, then it could be used because it'd be like, oh, we're giving them a new lease on life because these guys would have died, but now, not only are they gonna live, but they're guaranteed a lifetime of employment. They'll be heroes. Really like 100 men. Alright. I'll put up a poll later. And yeah. Because part of it is like, oh, 100 men. Because, yeah, they're big. But then, like, somebody's like, oh, we're going to bring in the peacemakers. It's like, oh, well, who the fuck cares? I'll beat them up too. And then this fucking walking, nothing short of a monster comes in, covered in white cloth to hide how its flesh has already decayed. Hellbringers, no, because that's not marketable to the general populace. We don't want these things to be scary. We don't want people to look at the 3rd Battalion and think, wow, those guys kill a lot of people. Even though they do. And that's kind of their main function. We don't want people thinking that. So like a peacemaker, it's like, oh, we're going to be peaceful. Because nobody can fight if everyone's fucking dead. Lightbringers. That could be it too. 100 men works because it's huge, and made 100 men, it'd probably be made up of 5 at most. I want to make it clear, from my admittedly limited math, this thing in reality probably wouldn't have any huge advantage. But we're using healing magic to keep dead corpses stuck together. Not dead corpses, nearly dead people stuck together to prevent the body from rejecting the parts and different blood types and all that. We are forcing the human body to act as a machine. Lightbringers is a public name. Hellbringers is an inside joke name. Silence Bringers. Silencers is actually fucking cool. I like that. Silencers. Salarymen! Yeah. Oh, God. They're employed forever. So these guys, I've had the idea for these from the second D&D campaign I ever made. Like, full D&D campaign I ever made. And, that was the first time that I actually fleshed out the 3rd Battalion, because, spoiler, I fucking made the 3rd Battalion back then. And that was where it was supposed to be, like, you'd gradually find out that they were fucked up, rather than them being really fucked up. And it didn't work because the players instantly knew these guys are evil. But still. I agree, Woku. But, yeah. The part where these guys were to come in was, basically there was the main enemy was a demonic invasion force, and the players would come to a city, and it'd be, you know, burning down, lots of bad shit, and they'd be told, get anyone you can out, kill anything you need to. And partway through, they would see these... Now, I want to preface this by saying I grew up Catholic, and at the time writing this, I was still Catholic, so I was not, like, being mean towards that. I want to make that clear, and even if I wrote it now, I still wouldn't be, but you get what I mean. These guys in massive heavy armor and a white cloth knit on anything not covered were carrying in one hand a massive fuck-off mace, and in the other hand a chain where they would have a priest on the end of it that they were dragging along because the priests were the only proper protection from the demonic aura. And these guys were mountains of men, but they were still men. Like, and yeah, like and like the guy in the white cloth would be pretty much silent, but he'd keep pointing towards where he thought that people needed to be saved were. And he'd go over there, and he'd be dragging the priest along behind him. And yeah, my whole thing was I wanted to test how fucked up I could make things before the players were like, nope, we can't, I can't let this happen. And admittedly, I am likely going to do a bit of that. I've already been doing a bit of that with the third. I am very curious. This is a test. Everything is a test. Don't think for a second that you get anything free on these. And there's no right or wrong to it. I don't know what you guys are going to do. Maybe you guys are going to go and decide, you know what? This thing's a crime against nature. Let's kill it and be done with it. And ensure that if other people start using them, we kill those things and kill the people who are making them. Or maybe you're like, you know what? We've got this thing. It's clearly not unhappy with serving, so we'll make it serve. Or maybe it's like, hey, if this thing is effective and this will massively increase our effectiveness, think of all the good we can do with just a little bad. And maybe it's not so bad. After all, it's only healing magic. We use it all the time. This is what I want going around in your head. I'm invested. Fuck yes. Don't redo of healer logic me. Man, genuinely, though, like that is what healing magic can do. The most fucked up thing about healing magic in most settings is that it can resurrect. And if you're going to tell me that's different from necromancy, I'm going to tell you to get fucked. 'Cause it's not. This piqued my interest, but my brain's cooked though. Mine too. Which is why we're going to spend the last 10 minutes of stream playing fucking Uma Musume. This part is not canon. But the thing is, Wilku, I don't know how far Blackthorn's gonna go. Because at the end of the day, he's still just a man himself. You know? Like, we can say he's fucked in the head all we want, but at the end of the day, when he watches something like that run in front of him, necromancy is botched resurrection. Is it? Difference is it's gone horribly wrong. Interesting perspective. No, I didn't win. You're dumb. You suck at your job. No wonder you got turned into glue. Okay, we're good. Sorry, I just need to emotionally abuse a horse. Alright, we can do a career thing. So, the newest one. Narita Taishin. Is there any flavor text? No, not really. We like goldfish. Oh my god, she's just an end closer. Okay. I don't actually know what that'll mean for me. Does that mean I need guts? I don't know. Let's hit your mom with a car. Yeah, let's try that. We're gonna speed run this shit, because I have work tomorrow. One sec, I do need to turn this down slightly.
これね。とっとと底上げして。はいはい。
Recreation, make friends.
今日もわかった。
Wait, we don't want stamina. We're gonna try guts. We're gonna see if that'll actually make a difference for this one. Because I don't know how stats work. But it really wants me to do that. You know what? No, no. Everyone else can fuck themselves. Okay, well, I can't say no to all that. Max energy increased. Fucking what? Dandori. I sure do love Dandori. Okay, so Lone Wolf is just good, from what I'm told. Get first place. Fuck yeah. I hope I didn't lay it on too heavy with the horror elements of it. I don't think I did, but I don't know. I never want it to come off as forced. $3,000. I sure do love goldfish. Oh yeah, she wins. Easy. Have you considered putting on a shirt that fits you? I think that'd be cool. She cringed, she said. Well, guess what, bud? You're a fucking horse, so... I don't really care about your opinion. $30? Like, do you even want to get better? Like, what the fuck? Yay.
私は負けない。
誰をも魅了。さあ、風船上だ。高ダッシュを見せています。まもなく大。
Look at this.
私の実力、思い知ってた。
You really remind me of Inochi right now. Damn. Or Aizen. Let's sit under a table and play racing games. Okay.
もう準これね。今日も
Oh, friendship.
もう準備で。これね。だから。
Okay. 54. Let's do it.
ここは負けられない。
Third.
もっと上に行くんだ。
Ugh.
だから。
Oh, the inspiration. Go horse.
なんだろう、この感じ。調整は完璧だ。 観客全員の。
注目の3番人気1番成田大使。
私は負けない。
もっと
Can I get a battery in the chat?
スター耐熱封じいいスタートだ
I don't really have a reason. I just want one.
私の実力。もう10
How did we get up to Charlie's speed?
これね。この調子なら
Wits went down by 5. Fuck, we can't go much lower.
ねえ、出走まだ？
Thank you, Wilku.
今の感覚逃した
That's
く
a
ない。
medium. That's a long. That's a long. That's a long. That's a medium.
し、準備完了。ってにやけすぎ。確かに調整いい感じだったけど、浮かれるのは勝ってからでしょ。
Lower section was deeply disquieting. Good.
もっと上に行くんだ。
We lost speed.
とにかくやる。わかった。
Hanchin turf, medium right inner.
だから
Cloudy.
だから
Firm. Fuck. I'm sorry, did that say medium? Okay, it did. We're gonna go for it.
勝ちは十分に狙える3番人気
I believe in you, horse.
さあ各馬娘揃って綺麗なスタートを切り
Oh yeah, she's good. Third place, I'll take it. How many did we get? A third of what we could have. Rest and recreation.
調子いいんじゃない？
Mood up.
一緒に頑張って。だから日焼けしそう。これね。なんでも。
Oh my god, that's perfect. C plus time, baby.
だからいまいち気分乗んないけどトレーニングもう後には引けないし
Why are you depressed, horse?
もう本番心残りもうあと
勝ちは十分に狙える3番人気
Why is she depressed?
3番人気ではあります
Become not depressed.
私は負けない
クラッシュスタート1番大ダッシュを見せています第4
悪くないけど
Fifth, you suck. You actually fucking suck.
Iまいち気分乗んないけどはいはい一応やってみやるわよ合体ママいまいち気分はいはい
Claw machine. Oh, fuck.
やるんだあそう
Yay. I don't know.
普通はこんなもんでしょ早くメニューなんでもいいはいはい
We got carrots, motherfucker.
今日もわかったもう準備できたこれね
Fine, we'll go for the one that we can do.
注目の1番人気9番成田
私は負けない。美しいよ。さあ、シンボリルドルフいいスタートだ。大手焼きを超え。
Oh yeah. Second place, you fucking suck. Super Creek. I wish I had some fucking super crack. Like, god damn, you are frustrating.
.注目の一番人気5番。
私は負けない。あれはペルス。スタート大ダッシュを見せ。早く早く誰よりも早く。
What?
見て後で吠え面書かないでよね。
What?
私がマジだってこと。
What?
教えてあげる。第4コーナーカーブ。
Okay, do you get first place? She does. Okay. Good. That's all I care about. One turn till the next goal race. Oh, but we get a fucking goddess statue. Okay. Sorry. Speed went up by 71. We're the number 3 favorite. Oh, that's not good.
勝ちは十分に狙える3番人。
That's also not good.
注目の3番。
Third will take it. Ah, God damn it.
激しそう。調子いい。やるわよ。合体魔法。とっととそう。はいはい。
ここは負けられない一番人気11番。
私は負けない。美しい。さあ18番飛び出していった。間もなく。
Good girl. Fuck yeah. So, from everything I see, I don't think she can lose. Knock on wood. Look at her. Like... Three turns until the next goal race. The Queen Elizabeth II Cup. We're not getting first. We got first. Ye of little fucking faith. We're gonna do this one for today. I should probably have checked if this is a medium. It's not, it's a long. Yo fucking ha.
5番人気13番
This is your last chance. All or nothing, horse.
年末の中
All or nothing.
スタート各馬娘綺麗なスタートを切りました
She doesn't win. Well, second place. You know what we call that? A fucking loser. That's kind of shitty for Sparks. Still made it far. Wilku. Do you know what the number 2 is? I'll give you a hint. It's not the same as number 1. Nobody can help. You're goddamn right nobody can help you. Dumbass bitch. Dumbass horse. Little dumb horse. Horse-looking motherfucker. Nothing but horse. Hey, Swag. We just did a very big lore stream, so now we're relaxing. And we'll probably be going to bed directly after. Or do we want to raid tonight? Because we could probably raid someone. Oh boy. Have all them. I'll watch VOD later. I tried something new this time around. What? Class promotion? What the fuck? Alright. Let's see if there's any particular raids we want to do. Okay, so we got a couple options. Jum, although I've been just chilling at his streams a lot lately. Hype this mem. We got Ditzy. We love Ditzy. We got Choco. We love Choco. We got Jane. We love Jane. We got Sod. We love Sod. We got Jack. Oh, Jack's playing Minecraft. Never mind, Jack's not an option. Fair warning, if your recommended isn't fucked enough, it will be if you go to the raid for Sod, because, you know. Granted, I typically put furry in my stream tags, so it's probably fucked already. Honestly, I think I might want to go for... Oh, she's playing the really frustrating part. No, she's not. Never mind.
Was there a stick over here that I could use to carry fire?
No, no, Dits. You gotta use the fire thingy.
Can I have a stick?
Oh my god, there's the fucking...
You already have the Ballad of the Gales? Yeah!
That's cool!
Oh, magic!
Alright.
I need that. Alright. Oh, hi! I see you. I see you in there. What are you doing?
Alright. Time for a little... Alright. If you're someone who's new to the channel, by all means you can join the little raid, but if it's not your cup of tea, no hard feelings. Please do know that while you're over there, you are representing the channel because you're showing up with me, so please behave yourself. Take care.